Hey, William here with another update for Manifold Garden. Today I'll be discussing audio design, specifically the tech side of things, and the tools that we've built to help with it. We are using Fmod for audio in Manifold Garden, and it's a really powerful tool, gives the sound designer a lot of flexibility and autonomy. And while it was fairly straightforward to integrate it into Unity, we did have to build a lot of custom tools on top to make it work in our pipeline and to help us with debugging. One of the first things we did was to create a wrapper class for Fmod functions. With Fmod, you have to instantiate an event instance, update its position, as well as manually release it. The wrapper class helps reduce the number of lines that we have to write each time, which is a big help in the long run, and also helps us better manage sound emitters. Another thing we've done is we've created two tools to help with debugging. So the first is this panel, which allows us to enable or disable every sound in the game individually. This makes it much easier if you're trying to isolate a specific sound. For example, let's say you want to place this cube into this receiver to open the door. There are several sounds playing at once. There's the sound of the player releasing the cube falling into the receiver opening, the line lighting up, the door opening, and maybe even background sounds. If you're trying to tweak the balance or timing of a specific sound, it can be really difficult to do so with everything going on. So, say we just want to hear the line lighting up at the beginning. With this tool, we can go ahead and disable the door sounds, the player sounds, the cube sounds, as well as the ambient sounds. So now we're just hearing the sound that plays when the line first lights up. And then we can slowly add back in the other sounds. Another custom tool that has been incredibly helpful is this panel that lets me visualize all the sounds that are currently playing. Often when something goes wrong with the sound, you just start hearing something playing when it shouldn't be, and it's really hard to track down which object is coming from. You can't just go through the list of objects in the Unity editor hierarchy and disable them one at a time. And the reason for that is with Fmod, by default, the sound event instances are actually separate from the Unity component. If you have an object instantiate a sound and then disable the object, the sound will still continue to play unless you explicitly call stop on it. So you have to actually put in undisable in your script to stop playing the sound. Otherwise, disabling the object won't have any effect on that. Well, what this tool does is it prints out a list of all the sounds that are currently playing. This way, if I hear a sound I'm not supposed to hear, I can at least see which object is responsible for it. It also lets me see if there are duplicate sounds, or maybe just sounds that, I can't necessarily hear, but are being called in the background. There are some additional features with this tool as well for sounds like water, laser beams, basically anything that emits sound over a long distance. We actually use multiple sound emitters spaced apart. The sound should be consistent no matter where you are along the line, and so it shouldn't sound like it's coming from a sphere emitter. However, printing out all of these sound emitters at once basically clogs up this entire panel, so there is an option to disable displaying water or laser sounds, but you can still see their total count in the middle panel. That's it for this time. If you enjoy the content, you can like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you have any questions or feedback in the comments. You can add the game to your wishlist on Steam, and as always, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch.